Hello friends, I am Chevee. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is great. I hope you had a great weekend. I sure did. As mentioned on Friday, I almost forgot to do the show because of Disney Lorcana. But I also got a lot done this weekend. The desk is done. It's built. The finish is still curing. I'll probably wait end of the week, something like that, but maybe next week before I start using it. But it's done. And I published another game video on Sunday. I was going to hold off and do it on Tuesday, but I'm not trying to stick to a weekly schedule or anything like that. I'm just trying to make videos when I have the time, when I have, whatever. And finding the time has been very, very difficult lately. So in fact, what I did, the reason I published it on Sunday, the previous two videos I shot like on a Saturday or Sunday and then rushed to try to edit them real fast. And these videos are taking me like a significant amount of time, quite a lot of time to edit. And so I don't have the time to like shoot a video on Monday, sit down and edit it, publish it. I can't find a chunk of hours like that lately. Lately my life has been super busy and I haven't been able to find chunks of time. So what I did, I published last Tuesday's video and I recorded the Forest Shuffle video. So I published a Forest Shuffle video yesterday. Go check it out. It's a pretty good review. I shot it on Tuesday, or I shot it on Wednesday, and then I spent the last 5 days just whenever I find myself, that is the kind of project I can jump into and spend 10 minutes editing and then walk away and come back and spend 10 minutes. It's much different than my jobs, both of my jobs, programming jobs. When you get into the thing, you have to stay in it. Or you don't have to, but I find it very, very difficult to like spend 15 minutes on a project, programming task, and then just walk away and come back. I can't do that. But with editing, I can just literally hit play, watch a few minutes, make some cuts, do some whatever, walk away, come back later and touch it up. So I published it yesterday just because I wanted to try a Sunday morning publish. It went well, I think. I've got quite a few views already, lots of good comments. But I want to talk about that specifically. I said something in the video that I felt somewhat uncomfortable saying, and I think I made it clearly uncomfortable in the video. I even said, like, I don't want to say this. I feel it feels wrong to talk about, but in my opinion, these cards don't feel like they're going to hold up to repeated plays. They are. So this game is published by Lookout Games. They're a German company, and there's no plastic in the manufacturing of their product. So there was no shrink wrap on the box. The cards were wrapped in paper. The cards do not have a plastic coating on them. They're just printed cardboard. And I felt like I felt like we've only played it 6 times. I think we've actually played it 5 times. So I don't think we've even played it 6 times. And the cards are already starting to show wear. Like the edges are bent and starting to kind of peel a little bit. And so I said in the video, I feel like I have to sleeve this game, and that defeats the point, right? Forest Shuffle isn't the kind of game that's going to have expansions. I expect there to be 0 expansions ever for this game. So I'm not sleeving it because I need to keep the cards consistent across expansions and base game. I'm sleeving it because it's going to fall apart if I don't. And I'm not a collector, so I don't buy games or pick up games to just hold on a shelf. I play the games that I keep. And if I don't play them, they get donated to my library. I don't keep games in the house I'm not going to play. So I'm not sleeving it because I'm a collector. I'm sleeving it because, with the amount of games that get published these days, I don't know if this game is going to be around in 2 years when the deck wears out and I want to rebuy it. There's no way to predict that, right? It's not like I'm going to be able to just walk to Walmart and buy another copy. So I need to protect it at least so that I can enjoy it for a while. So in the video, I did this, I was like, listen, this feels kind of icky, but I'm going to say it anyway. Here's my thoughts. And I basically said what I just said in a more concise manner. Fine. I published it, put it out. The publisher, or somebody who works for the publisher, has found the video and wanted to comment and say, listen, we've been using these same exact cards for years on our Agricola product line, and we've not had any issues. Okay. And so my response was, thanks for the updated information. You know, they mentioned that their games are 85% of their products are FSC certified, which is like a Forest Security Council or something like that. That's pretty cool. You know, I'm all for it. Go forth and help the planet, please do that. But my feeling was, so this publisher contacted me and said, you know, this is, I don't know what, you know, and I said, well, maybe something's going on with my particular copy. And they were like, no, like, I said, maybe it's the paper. Maybe I got a bad batch. And they're like, nope, that's not the problem. Okay. You know, and they messaged me in private and said that this is the first game they've done that didn't include shrink wrap. And so maybe it was a humidity issue. That's very possible. It's possible that these games absorbed a lot of moisture on the way over from Europe. They probably air freighted it, so I don't think that's necessarily an issue. It was not air freighted back to me. It was brought in a car. So it's possible that temperature was an issue in the hot car or something like that. I don't know. What I know is I don't feel confident that these cards would hold up to any amount of repeated plays. And when I play games like that, games that I enjoy, I play those games a lot. And so for me, I'm trying to protect it so that I can continue to play it, because if it goes out of print, I don't want to have to try to find a copy used or you know, whatever. So I felt a little bit icky about it because, you know, when the publisher says something like that, it doesn't make me feel bad for them. It makes me feel bad, like, did I do something wrong? And I don't necessarily mean calling it out. I mean, should I have talked to the publisher first? You know, should I have taken some sort of journalistic integrity and asked for, like, hey, I got a concern. Is there somebody that wants to speak to that? Because, and maybe, you know, at this point, is it too late for me to fix the video? No. I'm a nobody. Like 150 people have watched the video, so it would be nothing for me to take that video down and replace it. Like, I could do that. And I might, you know, honestly, I might. I could also just literally, like, YouTube gives you the ability to edit videos, so I could cut that section of the video out using YouTube's video editor. I've done that with, like, my Imperial Miners video. There's a chunk in there that I threw in to be like, hey, this game's not available yet. It's coming out, blah, 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 blah. I'm going to cut that out once the game is available. So people who watch it in the future, they won't have to deal with that. But I feel like, should I have talked to the publisher? Should I have given them a chance to respond before saying something? Because that's part of me doing these videos. I don't intend to do negativity. Like, I don't enjoy negativity. I mean, I do. I absolutely do. But I don't enjoy hearing other people's negativity, so I don't want to project my own, right? So I gotta maybe think about that. Like, do I treat this as journalism? I don't think so. Like, especially these types of little game review / overview / Chevee's thoughts is not really intended to be a journalistic medium. Maybe if I start doing a little bit bigger stuff, like stories about particular people in the industry or companies or whatever, then there would be a more journalistic approach. But it's made me stop and think about what I'm saying, you know. And I'll just say this. I've been wanting to do game content now for many, many years. When I got back from Gen Con 2018, I think it was, Point Salad had come out, and I thought it was the most amazing two-player drafting game I ever played. And it's not a two-player drafting game. It is. You can play it two-player, but it's not intended to be played two-player. And it was so good that I was like, I need to talk about this game. Like, I need to tell people that if you're playing it with more than two people, you're playing it wrong. This is a two-player game. And that was my take. Like this, and I made a video. I built a studio. Like, I literally, if you go back and look, I built a studio. I filmed a video, and I hated it. I hated my voice. I was trying to be that professional board game person and just talk about, and I hated it. And I never did another video. So I've been wanting to do this for 5 or 6 years now. Probably even longer than that. But I've got this association with a publisher that means I shouldn't be talking bad about anybody else. Like, that's just not okay in my mind. And so maybe I do need to take a step back and think about, if I'm going to say something like that, do I talk to them first? I don't know anybody at Lookout Spiel. I've never met any of them. I love their products. I've been playing their games for a very long time. But I don't know them, so I don't even know who I would have reached out to. I guess I could have looked them up on the website or whatever and submitted something to their contact form and been slightly journalistic about it. But I have to stop and really think about it in the future, because I fully intend to keep doing these videos. I haven't filmed another one yet. I don't know what it's going to be. I'll probably think about that the next couple of days and then try to work on putting something together. But I've got work going on. My kid's here this week. First day of high school was today. So I've got a lot going on, and I don't know that I'm going to have time to do another video anytime soon, but I want to keep going. I don't want to stall. If I stall, I'll stop doing it, and that's a problem. So anyway, what do you think? Journalistic approach or not? Put it in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is salubrious. It is an adjective meaning favorable to one's health. After father's asthma reasserted itself, the family began to spend more time at its Arizona compound due to the area's dry weather, which is salubrious towards asthmatics. Salubrious. S-A-L-U-B-R-I-O-U-S. That's a fantastic word that I've never heard before. Salubrious. I'm going to probably figure out a way to use that.